Hey everyone, and welcome back to the video series called Built for This. My name is Micah Morgan. I'm here again with Josh Osmer, and today we are actually on site in Moni, Illinois, and what we wanted to show you guys was sort of what a job site looks like in preparation for our set day. And we've talked about set day in previous episodes. That's the moment where the house shows up, and just within a very short period of time, us as Wausau builders, we can have that house up and set within a couple of days. So we wanted to kind of show you a sneak peek here, because in only a couple days that house is going to show up. So sort of a unique moment here. But with that said, Josh, what are we looking at here as we're standing here in Moni on a job site?
Yeah, it's a great question. Before the houses are set, it's really hard to interpret exactly what it's going to look like, especially when you don't have plans like you guys. But this client came to us with a need to build a house off an existing foundation. There was a house here that had burnt down in the past, and they had some design requirements that we had to meet, but they also had financial requirements we had to meet. So between working with their vision for what the house was, bedroom count, bathroom count, etc., the foundation that was in place already that we're utilizing for the build, and kind of value engineering everything, leaning on not only the customer's vision, but local builder experience, and also the capabilities of Wausau Homes corporate in the framing process and panelization of the product. We were able to give them everything they need, meet the budget, meet their spatial requirements, and we're able to build it off an existing foundation. This is kind of unique because usually we're building off of a brand new foundation, and we kind of start with the floor plan and work our way down and get the foundation that's required for it. In this case, we needed to kind of compromise between the existing foundation and the floor plan that was there, but we were able to still meet all the customer's needs. And this one is going to end up being a walkout basement. We started with literally just a couple of short foundation walls. We framed knee walls above that, so they have full height basement underneath, new column footings, new steel beam, and like Micah said, in the matter of 2 days, we'll be setting this house, and this house, you'll see in the next video, is going to look like a house at the end of the first day. It's pretty impressive.
Yeah, so one question, as I'm just sort of hearing you explain sort of the scope of work, what was any initial challenges that you were met with? I know there, let's just keep it to sort of construction related challenges, as far as what you guys kind of had to do to get this thing ready for a house.
Well, I know your focus is the construction ones, but their challenges were twofold. First, it was customers' budget. We really had to hit their budget. It was extremely budget sensitive, as well as all their needs in the home. It doesn't make sense to build a house unless you can build a house that works for you. So once we got the design element figured out, we straightened out roof lines, really took out any additional cost here or there to streamline that costing. Then it was site conditions. We had a foundation that was not poured by us, so we couldn't control that piece. We just had to work with it and adapt. So we had a foundation that was up and down. We had some old cracks in the foundation. Structural engineers came out, everything's okay with it. We had to do some epoxy injection to make sure we hold back water. We had all new underground plumbing that had to go in, so the old slab had to get torn out, new footings that had to go in, so areas that had to come out for that. And all in all, though, it's a good site as far as access goes. We didn't have to take down any trees to facilitate cranes or anything like that. It could have been better if we controlled all of it and we were able to start with a brand new foundation, but in this situation, it just wasn't going to happen. So all in all, not terrible.
Sure. So I have another question now, just one more question.
Yeah.
And we'll be try to respect the time in these videos, but will someone be able to tell by just pulling up here after this thing is done that we built on an existing foundation? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I know
like certain things, like you can kind of tell that it was just kind of slapped together to kind of make it work.
Right.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
You won't be able to tell by the house structure at all. The only way you'd be able to tell is any area of the foundation you can see inside, which does show some cracks, some older paint that's on the foundation.
Sure.
And like if you see in the two corners of the exposed foundation there's some old damp proofing. but that's it. The house itself, as you're walking through it, living in it, using that space, you're never going to know that it was an existing foundation that someone adapted to make work for a new house.
Gotcha. Sweet. So, again, just to reiterate, I mean, there's very few situations where we really can't accommodate, whether it comes to budgeting, whether it comes to design, purposes of practicality, and trying to work with, you know, whatever it is that as the home buyer that you guys have to work with. So, great example of, you know, taking things as they are, finding solutions to existing problems, making it happen, doing the work ahead of time, and putting this thing together. Because this thing's going to be, I mean, it's going to be a great house. Right? It's a Wausau home. It's going to meet all the specifications as far as quality, and this home is going to last a very long time.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, that'll wrap us up here. Again, just another sneak preview, because in a couple days we're going to be back here filming the actual set day. And I did want to invite any of you that are available. The set day is this Wednesday, September 11th, between 9 and 2. Make it out earlier, because this one's going to go up pretty quickly. So again, if you're available, we welcome you. Come on out for our set day party. And again, always want to put this out there. We invite you, if you're thinking about building, if you have a burn down, or if you have something that's existing that we could tear down, we definitely work with that as well. Start a conversation with any of us builders in the Federation. Find us on the website, and that'll wrap us up here for today. We're going to see you back, or we're going to be back in a couple days, and that video will be on next week's Built for This series. But again, Micah Morgan here with Josh Osmer. We thank you for watching, and we'll see you same time, same place next week.